Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Wednesday, October 15th, 2014. There wasn't anything yesterday that we need to review as far as announcements are concerned, but for today, we got the APPI announcement. It's not the producer price index. It's not the well, anyway, it's not the big inflation announcement or anything. Retail sales, both at 8:30, and then also at 8:30 in Empire State Manufacturing Survey, and at 10 o'clock business inventories, and then at 2 o'clock we have the Beige Book. Neither of which, I don't think any of those are going to really affect the way that the market is moving right now. I don't think that there's enough, I guess you could say, good news, because we are in a bear market right now. There's not enough good news in any of these announcements. I'm just making a prediction that's going to move the market, reverse its current direction, I guess you could say. So tomorrow we have quite a few announcements, and then Friday we got housing starts at 8:30. We got Auntie Ellen speaking at 8:35, which you have to get up pretty early for that one, and get, prepared physically and mentally, especially if she's going to be on TV. You got that. If you notice lately, the I call it high definition makeup. Nobody seems to have any wrinkles anymore. They're really good with the makeup. Anyway, consumer sentiment at 9:55, but that's way out on Friday. I think the guru's going to speak too, probably around 6 o'clock in the morning, before everybody else. All right, let's take a look at what's going on across the pond. So over in Asia, mostly bullish, just a tad bearish here on a couple of indexes. And in Europe, we are 100% bearish, and pretty solid number there too. Okay, let's see. Ooh, second Texas healthcare worker tests positive for Ebola. They did something wrong down there in Texas, but I'm not going to blame anybody. I just. Let's leave that alone for right now. Let's take a look at the futures here in the U.S. I'd call this flat. Actually, TF, which is the Russell 2000, is up 10 cents. Whoa. Okay, gold is down $10.30 overnight. That's kind of a biggie. Oil is down 94 cents, so we're down pretty close to the 80 mark right now. I wanted to take a look at the dollar, though. I thought we might take a peek at that. So this particular future product here, this is not a actually trading the currency. This is a measurement of the strength of the dollar against a basket of currencies. The biggest one being the euro, accounting for 50%, but the rest, like the Japanese yen, the British pound, a couple of other ones thrown in there just for fun. Swiss franc, I think. But fully 50% or more of the index weighting is for the euro. And here back in August, we hit resistance, which this is a year chart of a daily year chart. We had some resistance here at around 81 or so, and then it came back and hit it in August, and since then it's been on a tear. So what that means basically is that imports are getting cheaper, which could sort of include oil, which may be account for part of the drop in the oil price. But this is a pretty strong move here, and good for us, I guess, but I'm sure the rest of the world is pretty PO'd about it. If you're trading in other currencies and you want to buy something from the U.S. or convert it to U.S. dollars, it's not going to be a pretty thing. So I don't know how the dollar versus the euro right now. I don't know where that is. I might take a look at that sometime and show you it maybe tomorrow or something if I think about taking a look at it today. But it used to be sort of a 1-for-1, that's the way it started out. And for a long time, the dollar was worth less than €1. $1 was like worth, you could buy like, I don't know what the fractions of a euro are, but you couldn't buy, you'd only get like 80% of a full euro, €1. So now I'm sure it's pretty much different. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time with that. Let's get back here and take a look at what's going on our account. Pretty much ended up flat on Amazon and NDX for yesterday, and we lost a tad on LinkedIn as IV, I would imagine, is increasing, which of course affects our position. So if we take a look at LinkedIn here, okay, so looks like as though they're thinking that it's going to actually open it up or down a tad today. Is that right? 194, 200. It's still 197 in my mind. For a midpoint there, so I don't know why it's showing up that way here. Let's make sure. There used to be resets here. Where did they go? They move them? They must have moved them. Yeah, they did move them. They're up here in this little drop-down menu. This is a reset for the trade simulations or the risk profile, and this is the reset for anything that you might have done down here to mess around with using this little tool here, volatility or price or any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's it. They moved it. Okay, just because they need something. They pay all these programmers all this money, so they have to do something, so they mess around with things. Alright, let's get going here. Charts. Did I finish my point? I don't know if I finished my point here. Yes. So it's showing like as though, I don't know why this is showing like this at this time of the morning. It should say 0, but I think it's making adjustments for the way it thinks it's going to open, instead of just tagging it to the close. So it looks like it's going to open up, but remember, as we said here, and we can do it here, if we increase volatility, you can see this white line starting to sink as I click on this. So when IV increases, it suppresses the white line, as you can see it doing it here. So we increased IV, we'll probably get up to 10 pretty soon. There we increased IV by 10 percentage points, not 10%, but 10 percentage points. And so now we're showing a loss. So it pushes this white line down. You still have the same amount of profit. It's just going to take you longer to get there. That's the only thing. Alright, so let's go back here and reset parameters. Okay. Now we can get going here on Apple. Earnings coming up. Nothing doing with it. Let's see if I can... Yeah. Funny that little earnings. I don't know when they start putting this on here, but maybe the week of earnings? I'm not sure. Alright, Amazon. So it would be handy if we just had this and we could just skip them. Amazon, we're still in. I put this back up here after I blew it away yesterday. I moved the alert down. It was up here with along with this high, and now I moved it down to the high from last Friday. So we'll use that high right now for an alert. I don't think it's going to be going anywhere in the near future. Take a look at Boeing. Also earnings next week. Baidu. We don't have earnings on Baidu. We're looking for a 50 delta up here. Chipotle. I have earnings next week. Costco. I just went through earnings. Which way is it going to be going? We can't really tell right now, can we? So I'll probably change these colors to red and green, so it just matches everything else, red and green. So we need to establish some sort of direction here on Costco before we do anything with it. Let's take a look at DJI. All right, there was a struggle yesterday between the Bulls and the Bears, and it came out as a draw, I guess you could say, because we have no candle body here. That's just a way of explaining the candle. So am I reading anything into this? I'm just seeing definitely a downtrend going on here. Gold, it may be stalling up here as also indicated in the futures. Google, we know that there's earnings, I believe, this week, and they should be interesting. I haven't seen this in a while. This just all of a sudden pops up. Old drawings just start reappearing again. I thought that actually that had been fixed, but apparently not. Alright, so they have earnings this week. LinkedIn, I think we already kind of took a peek at that one. Making me nervous, but I think we're going to be okay. And we may have another opportunity coming up here. So I'm just going to slide this over. That's a good sign when you can just keep reusing your targets. NDX, still in it. Waiting a long time to get the theta going on that, but it should accelerate today and tomorrow. Take a look on the Analyze tab. We're very close to 100%. We have 420, we're at 307, so we are 75% of the way there. Let's take a look at Netflix. We have earnings that come on, give me earnings. There we go. 10:15. So that will be today after the market close. Priceline. We have a 50 delta set up here. Look at all these things reappeared again. Ah, man, this thing just drives me crazy with these drawings. I guess I'll have to go through and clean them up again. Russell. Maybe it's going to give us an entry today. I'll tell you what, if this moves up here, I just might be tempted to open something for next week. It'll be a little bit early. Just if it moves up today, like it did here, I don't know if a slight move up is going to give me enough on a stochastic to get above 50, which is approximately where, if we get a hook above 50, that's a good entry for a 20 delta trade. So if we get above a 50 on a stochastic, it might be very tempting to just get in it today in anticipation of it moving the other way tomorrow. I think the same story might be showing up on the SPX. No. Why does this have a white one? What? Wait a minute. I never put this up here. Well, anyway, I fixed it. I think this old stuff is coming back to haunt me. So we're looking for a target up here sometime in the near future. Tesla has been on a pretty strong downtrend. All right, so I think I'm going to grab this one over here for a 50 delta and throw it up here. And we'll just see what happens if it should come up and hit it. And we got a bunch of old stuff appearing on here too. Kind of frustrating. And then last but not least for today is Visa. Yeah, these were not here yesterday. We have a 50 delta target up here. I think I'm going to have to move it over because it may take just a tad longer for this to develop. But there's our target and there's our scan for today. I would like to thank you. Oh, one other thing. I wanted to let you know I'm pretty proud about this. I have, as of I think Monday of this week, 1,000 subscribers to the Option Gurus YouTube channel. Now, I think that's pretty big accomplishment because the appeal of what I'm doing here would be a very, very narrow audience. So to have 1,000 subscribers, most of them don't watch because I very rarely get more than 60 or so views on each one of these. But I'd like to thank the audience of 60 people that appear to watch it pretty consistently. But anyway, 1,000 subscribers. That's a pretty big deal to me. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Have a great day and happy trading.